And I'm excited about what we saw last night. Game 1, Eastern Conference Finals. The Pacers beat the Knicks 138-135 in overtime. The Pacers getting 4.5 points. The Pacers were plus 155 on the money line. Total set at 223.5 in the overhits. The Knicks are on top 14 points with under 3 minutes to play before Aaron Nesmith catches absolute fire.
38%. Haliburton, his three is good.
And I'm surprised they don't have Miles Turner, the rim protector, on the floor as well.
Nesmith, three, good. Another one from outside. Nesmith again, three, got it. He's a flamethrower. Nesmith, it's a three. It's a 2-point game.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
a 2-point game with 22 seconds to go.
Kevin Harlan with the call on TNT. Nesmith, 6 3-pointers in the final quarter, 5 in the final 4 minutes of the game. Pacers within 2, and that sets up Tyrese Haliburton to either tie or win with just 4 or 5 seconds to play in regulation.
Indiana with it. Haliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal, a three for the win, and goal! He got it!
Call once again courtesy of TNT. Haliburton steps back, hits a 3, gives a choke signal to the crowd, and realizes, oh, it's only a 2 because his toe was on the line. So now we go to overtime, and that's when the Pacers put the game away.
And here's Brunson, picked up by Nembhard, down by 3. Here is a 3 for the tie, short, caught by Hart, out to Towns, to tie, no! Rebound, fought for, loose, Bridges has got it, clock is ticking, out of bounds! It's Indiana's ball with .2 to go!
That is it. Nesmith, 30 points, goes 8 of 9 from long range. Haliburton, 31 points, 11 assists. Teams leading by 14 points in the final 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the fourth quarter. Before last night had been 994-0. So when Haliburton gave the choke signal, just like Reggie Miller did to the Knicks back in 1994, he was not wrong. What a comeback for the Indiana Pacers.
Absolutely. This is the type of game that creates fans of the game and creates bandwagon Pacers fans. Let me repeat that because it does feel like a contradiction. Bandwagon Pacers fans. Of course, nobody thinks that this little team from the Midwest is going to get fans. And it makes me sad that some of the discourse on this game is going to be, hey, how did the Knicks choke away this game? But we got to start giving some credit to the Indiana Pacers. We've seen this in the postseason, all postseason long. This is not the first time that the Pacers have made an incredible comeback against some really great teams. Remember last round when they took down the top seed in the Eastern Conference against the Cavs? Some pretty good games in there as well. And I feel like this had everything that you would want from an NBA game, from an NBA postseason game. You've got the main character who hits not only a shot to send it to overtime, but the way that it bounced off the rim, my goodness, I don't think there's ever been a moment where I was on the edge of my seat more when that ball comes straight up in the air and then bounces in. What a shot. And then we have the celebration. So many layers to this game, and I just feel like it's going to be one of those games that people remember for a long time.
Yes. I will give full credit to the Pacers because they just kept coming. Aaron Nesmith was unbelievable. And also, this was a choke job for the ages. Like, for the ages. Teams in this position, 14 points ahead, 2 minutes, 45 seconds to play, were 994-0. You blew it. You blew it in the biggest way possible. You know, they show those graphs on, like, ESPN, like, percentage of chance to win the game. I'm sure this was at 99.9% at one point, or pretty close. You cannot afford to blow games like this. Game 1 at the Garden, you're at home. You've got a 14-point lead under 3 minutes to play. And again, the Pacers were lights out, but that's on you. That's on the Knicks for not closing this out. When you're talking about a 7-game series, games like this can turn the entire series on its head, shift it the other way, and a game can make a difference, especially when you're talking about potentially a 7-game series. So full credit to Indiana. They were unbelievable. And also the Knicks, you blew it. You blew it!
I do feel like there's definitely some of that peppered in, but my overall takeaway is still that the Pacers are a really good team. And I feel like they did everything that, I'm not going to say that they were unguardable because there were breakdowns in the defensive game plan. There was an inbounds play in which I don't know what the Knicks were doing, but the Pacers went right down Main Street. Obi Toppin had some great putbacks as well, but yeah, you're right. This is going to be one where the Knicks are going to have to band together and find a way to come back from this, because this is one of those losses that just feels devastating. You had it. It's game one at home, and this has the potential to really change the series. And this is a Pacers team that you don't want to give extra games to, because we know how good they are and how quickly they can score, especially when you have guys like Aaron Nesmith, who felt like he couldn't miss a three at the end of this game. So moving forward, it's going to be a real gut check for Jalen Brunson and company. And I will say this, if Jalen Brunson can stay out of foul trouble, things will be a lot easier, because you had to take him out of the game, make sure he stood out of the way. And obviously it's harder to play defense when you don't have a foul to give, because Jalen Brunson was playing with 5 fouls. So some of this is on the coaching, some of it is on the players. But I do think a large lump of the credit still goes to the Pacers.
I'll give them credit, but I mean, they made the comeback, but also when teams in the Knicks position were almost 1,000-0, you got to put the game away. You just got to do it. The Knicks were up 9 points with 58 seconds to play. Unbelievable. I mean, we were on the Pacers on this game, so from a betting standpoint, sure, this was great for us. They won outright. They've been awesome in the postseason. Jalen Brunson, 43 points. Karl Anthony Towns, 35 points, 12 rebounds in the loss. So mentally, if you're New York, how do you respond to this? Because you had it. I mean, it was right there.
Yeah, and I think at some point, when are we going to say, hey, maybe the Pacers are the better team? And I understand, the blown lead and all that stuff. But, now the Pacers have been in the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row. Yeah. And they keep doing these things that really good teams do. So I don't know why it's so hard for us to say, hey, maybe the Pacers are the better team. I understand that's not the mindset that the Knicks can have, because they had some huge matchup advantages. You mentioned Karl Anthony Towns. Man, he was good in this one. Finished with 35. I know some of those came in overtime, but still it was a monster night for him. And they're going to have to continue to take advantage of that mismatch. But you've got to get a hand in the face of Tyrese Haliburton. You've got to make sure that he does not get a shot away, because we've seen him do this before. Almost the exact same thing, where he hits a three at the top of the key. And I understand it wasn't a three in this game, but pretty damn close. So, yeah, Coach Tibbs certainly has his job lined up for him here. It's going to be a difficult one. But, hey, the Knicks do have the clutch player of the year on their team, and they have a really good roster. So it's not like this series is over.
No, not by a long shot. The series price right now, if you like the Pacers, they are the favorites at -167 at BetMGM. Game 2 tomorrow night at the Garden. Knicks are 5.5-point favorites. They were 4.5-point favorites in Game 1.